Hi, my name is Andrea, and this is the video that I chose.
You don't see many wild stallions anymore. No, you don't see many wild stallions anymore. And even if he did run off 3 of your best mares, he's one of the last of a wild and very singular breed. Come to where the flavor is. Come to Marlboro country.
So I chose this video because it was very iconic. Marlboro was tanking, and they decided to use this very powerful and persuasive commercial, in my opinion. It correlated to our class because it encompassed a multitude of persuasive tactics. It was hard to just choose 3. The 3 that I did choose was iconicity. As seen in chapter 14, it's defined as using images and icons to persuade others. So the Marlboro Man was a very iconic and powerful character that the company came up with. And they illustrated him as being a very old, Western, rugged, masculine, free-spirited man. And his way of living was completely off-grid, did what he wanted to do. He had that very, he just was very masculine. And so the use of charismatic terms also was very distinct in my analysis. It was very distinct in the ad. It's defined as the 3rd type of ultimate terms in chapter 7 of our textbook. And charismatic terms are mysterious and used by charismatic people, figures. So the character, the Marlboro Man, was charismatic on his own, but within the narration of the advertisement, they emphasized wild stallions and the last of the wild and very singular breed, and come to Marlboro country. It was a very impactful, the terms were impactful because it invoked freedom within our culture without explicitly saying it. Also, the 3rd tactic that I chose was music as an esoteric form of persuasion. According to Gass and Cedar in chapter 15, they defined it as when music is used, whether it be lyrically or background or jingle, it can have a persuasive effect amongst the audience, whether centrally or peripherally. So in my analysis, the music being in the background, it was almost a jingle, if you will, went perfectly with the verbal narration. And so it worked on a peripheral cue for the audience instead of central. I wanted to show my understanding of the use of the visual components. Those were very powerful in my opinion. In chapter 14, in particular, a visual component that I saw was power, speed, and strength. The Marlboro Man, used the cigarette box as he lit up his cigarette without using words, and his gaze out into the country, and the wild horses running free, the stallions, implementing all of that, catapulted thousands of people, consumers rather, to buy into that because they wanted to be a part of that lifestyle. They wanted to feel like they were a part of that lifestyle. and feel that masculinity. And what once was a feminine product, considered a feminine product, cigarettes were, became very masculine. The male consumers skyrocketed through the roof. Sales within that year were in the millions. It was amazing, in my opinion. In chapter 16, according to Gas and Cedar, they explain how sometimes it can be unethical. Things can be unethical. So in my analysis, I noticed that when Gas and Cedar explained that if emotional appeals promote peripheral processing rather than central, it can be considered unethical. So some may say that since it's a cigarette company, and they were working on peripheral cues, that it's unethical because it's not a healthy product for consumers to purchase. And so in conclusion, I had a wonderful time. I was very intrigued analyzing this advertisement and realizing just how impactful an advertisement can be using persuasive tactics, and how social influence can change people's attitudes and behaviors. So thank you for watching.